Hi, I'm Daniel, and I saw the new Walt Disney animated film Strange World. This puts the adventure genre as the main focus of the movie. I had little expectations leading up to it, just a Disney name attached to it. Even Disney Bay advertised it that your casuals don't know this exists. I watched the movie and now I will review it, so is Strange World any good? The story is about an adventurer and his son who parted ways 25 years ago. The father went to go discover the mountains, while the son discovered plants that saved their world. Now he has to go on a journey to the strange world, with his new family accidentally tagging along. Normally, I discuss what's brought up in the trailer, and that's the easy spoiler cap, but the trailer gave away a lot. It would have been predictable either way, but if you want to go in completely blind, watch the movie before this. But it is still spoiler free, and I will keep some descriptions vague. Anyway, the story is a family reunion involving 3 generations in one. The generational divide is a good idea and has parts where it works. The problem is that it's not subtle. This whole movie is in your face about the comparisons between the three. It thinks it's more careful than it actually is with the story, and the third act conflict is extremely forced here, and I'm not a fan of how that was handled. However, there's still a large amount of yike in this movie. The opening introduced good lore for the world that gets expanded upon. I kinda wish we saw some more of the town before the journey started. The world trying to kill them has been done before, and that only has the same 5 creatures. But there's good atmosphere across the movie, and I feel this world. There's a twist as well as up across the movie, even in color choices. It was an interesting way to take the story, but aside from that, the third act is the weakest part of the movie. It made me think, is Disney seriously doing this again after many years, but then decided not to do that? I hope that made sense if you were seeing the movie. The environmental message also beyond here. The epilogue scene is decent and gives off good feelings. Strange World is generic and could have done its own thing. The concept of new worlds in a foreign place goes well with the story happening between the characters. So much I think movies are trying to do 2 plots in one, but this time it feels combined. While a lot of this has been done before, this would work as a first exposure to those tropes. As for the animation, the designs show a range with some looking realistic and some cartoony. It sometimes looks strange when they're in the same shot, but the rest looks great. Certain scenes in this movie use 2D animation, and it's beginning to show a sense of adventure with the style. The camera movement during the action scenes are very well done. The world and locations also look great with the colours and new aspects to it, something it doesn't mind with Caliber Santa Meatballs too, just without the food puns. The design may not look quite like Disney, but I don't mind, and what really does Disney look like? The comedy here is actually funny, for the most part. A yard lines work, and there's this scene when you play a card game that's very funny. There's more good comedic moments than a lot of recent Disney movies. Now for the characters. Serge is the main character, who I like the most in the movie, with his voice being reasonable. I like the office ideas and found them interesting, but once seen near the end he becomes unlikable for forced conflict. Vega is the action warrior, who has a few moments like always using flamethrower. While it's easier to tell where his arc was going, I still like how he handled his arc being a father. I really like Ethan's character. He has a lot of great moments in the movie, and isn't stuck to a side role like a lot of younger characters in animated movies. He is the main focus, who gets the screen time he deserves. There's other good characters there too. The one I'm not so fond on is Spiat, because I can tell the point. There's even a line in this movie where I want to merchandise it. This character is made to sell Spiat plushies, Spiat shorts, and the speaking noises doesn't work. No, I like the minions, they have facial expressions and world personalities. And the minion uses a mix of multiple languages, so some words can be understood. Spiat is just a thing. I've seen an attempt for some character arc, but it doesn't work. Range was a good movie, but it isn't memorable. I don't have that much to say about it, which is why this review is quite short. In conclusion, I give Strange World 7 out of 10 on the Penn's recommendation. I have no idea if it was a high or low 7 at the moment. I suggest just waiting for a Disney Plus release. There's something to be had with this, but it's not a strong feature. Disney and Pixar are high in 2020 and 2021, with 5 great movies in a row. This year, all are just good, and there's better animated films. So far, none strike me as Oscar winning. Maybe a Netflix Pinocchio releasing in 2 weeks. But both the Oscars will be willing to give it to something like that. Speaking of, I have 3 initial impressions week to week because your movies are releasing close together. If you want to see that, consider pressing subscribe. The end.